So when Harrison goes through the struggles he went through the last 3 years, what's that? I mean, it just sounds like what you just said kind of explains it well. That like you kind of view it, and you want him to view it as, hey, this is a privilege. To drive a professional race car for a living is a privilege, and I'm honored that you're on this same path as me, even if you're not doing as well, at least at the outset, in your Cup career that you were. Is that kind of how you view it? Is it, you kind of
well, the first 2 years of his Cup career are very similar to mine.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, very similar. Like if you look at the numbers, they're very, very similar. And I do have to keep reminding him of that. Is that his first year of Xfinity, I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't win my first Xfinity race until a while. It took me 2 years full-time racing, and it was the end of the second year that I won my first Xfinity race. And his Xfinity career got off to a much stronger start at a much younger age than I was. And then his first 2 years in Cup looked very, very similar to mine. I mean, they almost overlaid them. And so that made this third year very important. And unfortunately, to be honest, Nate, they haven't executed. They've run way better than they finished. And he's lost his job because of it. And that's how it is. No one on this end is upset. Well, look, no one liked it, but no one's mad that he lost his job. We're disappointed. He's disappointed, but it's a result-based business, and the results weren't there. And so and we can look at every race and dissect it. And the problem was that they just didn't execute and get the finishes. And then you mix in some races where they just simply ran poorly, right? Because it was a combination of that too. And, they had that something had to change. And that's what it is. Sports. It's professional sports. And so it is what it is. And Harrison has had to take ownership in that. And he has. I mean, it's been a process, right? I mean, obviously you have all the emotions are still there. You're mad, you're angry, you're sad, whatever it is. And he's had to go through that process. But ultimately, what you saw Saturday night was him. And he was truly happy for the Wood brothers, 100%.
Yeah.
And he's just a different dude, man. He's just a different person. And most people aren't like that. And that works for him as a person. People love him. People really like being around him. But at the same time, sometimes that kind, giving personality isn't best for him as a race car driver. And he's having to learn how to manage those two things together. And he's 23. He's 23 years old. And so imagine the experiences that he has had at 23. And it'll make him better at 25. It'll make it better at 28. And he's 23 damn years old. And so he's at a crossroads in his career that he will whatever happens, but he'll be a better person for it. And he'll be a better race car driver for it. But we all have to do things the way we have to do them. This process is part of the journey. And Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, have all reached out to him. A lot of race car drivers that didn't have success but then did have reached out to him and said, it's okay, man, like just don't quit. And that's what you're seeing.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.